Economic sovereignty and industrial power. Political independence without economic strength is fragile. A flag may rise, an anthem may play, but if the economy depends entirely on others, sovereignty remains incomplete. True independence is measured not only by borders, but by production, not only by speeches, but by industry. Economic sovereignty is the foundation of durable power. Without it, political authority becomes negotiation under pressure. With it, national confidence becomes natural. Part 1, the difference between ownership and control. There is a difference between owning resources and controlling value. A nation may possess land, minerals, agriculture, and labor, but if it exports raw materials and imports finished products, it does not control value. Control of value determines strength. When raw materials leave without processing, jobs leave with them. When innovation occurs elsewhere, profit accumulates elsewhere. When expertise develops elsewhere, dependency deepens. Economic sovereignty demands more than extraction. It demands transformation. It demands industrialization. Part 2, the power of production. Consumption does not build power, production does. A nation that consumes more than it produces becomes vulnerable. Its currency weakens, its leverage declines, its bargaining position softens. Production builds resilience. Production creates employment. Production generates skill. Production strengthens negotiation. Every factory is a statement of intention. Every research center is an investment in independence. Every skilled worker is an asset of sovereignty. Part 3, industry as a national discipline. Industrial growth is not spontaneous. It requires planning, infrastructure, energy stability, transportation networks, policy clarity. It requires discipline in execution. Deadlines must matter. Standards must be enforced. Corruption must be restrained. Industrialization thrives in environments of predictability. Investors require stability. Entrepreneurs require consistency. Workers require training. Training requires education aligned with industry. Economic sovereignty is therefore interconnected with visionary planning. Part 4, skill as national capital. Natural resources are valuable, but human skill is more powerful. Resources can be depleted, skill can be expanded. A skilled population transforms limitations into opportunity, it adapts, it innovates, it improves efficiency, it creates new industries. Education must therefore be strategic, not generic. It must prepare citizens for production, for engineering, for technology, for agriculture modernization, for manufacturing, for logistics. Skill is national capital, and capital invested wisely multiplies. Part 5, financial independence. Economic sovereignty requires financial discipline. Debt is not inherently weakness, but unmanaged debt erodes autonomy. Borrowing without productivity creates dependency. Borrowing for infrastructure and industrial expansion can create leverage. The difference lies in management. Financial transparency builds confidence. Stable fiscal policy builds credibility. Currency stability builds trust. Trust attracts investment. Investment expands industry. Industry strengthens sovereignty. Part 6, entrepreneurship and innovation. Innovation prevents stagnation. Entrepreneurship stimulates dynamism. A nation must encourage risk-taking within structure. Regulation must protect fairness, not suffocate ambition. Entrepreneurs convert ideas into enterprise. Enterprise generates employment. Employment strengthens social stability. Social stability supports political confidence. Confidence attracts further investment. This cycle must be cultivated deliberately. Part 7, agriculture and food security. Food is strategic. A nation that cannot feed itself is exposed. Agriculture must be modernized. Technology must enhance productivity. Supply chains must reduce waste. Processing must add value. Export of raw produce alone limits growth. Transformation multiplies revenue. Self-sufficiency in food reduces vulnerability to global disruption. Food security strengthens negotiation capacity. Part 8, infrastructure as power. Roads are not merely transportation. They are economic arteries. Ports are not merely entry points. They are gateways of trade. Energy grids are not merely utilities. They are engines of productivity. Infrastructure requires long-term investment. It demands patience. It demands maintenance. Maintenance is as important as construction. Neglect erodes value. Value loss reduces competitiveness. Competitiveness determines relevance. Part 9, global participation without dependence. Economic sovereignty does not mean isolation. It means strategic engagement. The trade is beneficial. Partnership is necessary. But negotiation must be informed. Terms must protect long-term interests. Technology transfer must be prioritized. Skill development must be embedded in agreements. A strong nation enters partnership confidently. A weak nation accepts terms reluctantly. Preparation determines posture. Posture determines outcome. Part 10, ethics in economic power. Economic growth without ethics destabilizes society. Corruption distorts markets. Favoritism discourages merit. Inequality without opportunity breeds resentment. Power must be distributed through fairness. Opportunity must be accessible through competence. When citizens believe that effort leads to reward, motivation rises. When reward depends on connections rather than merit, confidence declines. Confidence fuels productivity. Productivity fuels growth. Growth fuels sovereignty. Part 11, resilience through diversification. An economy dependent on a single resource is vulnerable. Diversification spreads risk. Manufacturing, technology, agriculture, services, energy, each sector strengthens stability. When one declines, others sustain momentum. Resilience protects sovereignty. Fragility invites pressure. Economic planning must anticipate volatility. Preparedness prevents panic. Part 12, the culture of productivity. Economic sovereignty is cultural. It requires respect for work, respect for time, respect for excellence. If productivity becomes national identity, growth accelerates. If mediocrity becomes tolerated, decline begins quietly. Culture determines effort. Effort determines output. Output determines strength. Final charge. Build factories, build skills, build systems, build discipline. Transform raw material into finished value. Transform education into productivity. Transform ambition into industry. Do not measure success only by consumption. Measure it by creation. Do not seek dependence disguised as partnership. Seek strength that enables partnership. Economic sovereignty is not luxury. It is necessity. Without it, independence is negotiable. With it, independence is secure. Strengthen production, strengthen skill, strengthen discipline, and sovereignty will follow.